Mr. Westbrook, in cause number 25, DCCR 0101, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of theft of a firearm, and that is from November 15th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you guilty or not guilty? Well, there's no I guess guilty. Did you do it or did you not do it?
When we say stole it, I ain't steal nothing.
Okay. Were you with some people who stole it?
No, man.
Your Honor, he bought a gun that the police checked and the gun came back as stolen.
Okay.
The probable cause, I'm sorry to step on you, but the probable cause affidavit represents that the defendant indicated to law enforcement that he had some knowledge that it was stolen.
Let me look at that real quick. So did you know it was stolen?
No,
The
man.
gun was stolen in 2015, in which he would have been 8 years old. So he did buy the gun off the street. I mean, I guess you can feel like it might be stolen, but he was 8 years old when the gun in Hardin County. So clearly he's not the one that stole it. But it's indicted as if, he appropriated the property with the knowledge that it could have been stolen, and that's what he was indicted on.
That's the state's position.
So what you told the police was that you bought it for $250 and that you believed it was stolen because that's what other people had told you. Is that right? Okay, so if you didn't know it was, if you didn't know it was stolen, no one told you it was stolen, obviously you didn't steal it because of the dates of all of that, but if you didn't know anything about it and you were just buying a gun illegally, that doesn't mean that you should plead guilty to theft of a firearm. So I want you to be careful what you say today, because when you were standing over there in front of the clerk, you put your hand up and you swore to tell the truth. And so you can't say, I just want to take this deal and get out of jail, but then stand up and say, I didn't do it. If you didn't do it and you didn't know, then that's what trials are for, and a jury can decide if you either did it or you didn't do it. But if you're in front of me and you want to take this plea agreement, it's going to be because you actually knew what was going on. So you either did or you didn't. Do you want to talk to Ms. Holmes for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all go visit for another minute. Just for a minute, though. Let's see, you also have, let's take care of, back on the record with Mr. Westbrook, and you had a minute to talk to Ms. Holmes. Ms. Holmes, what's the position?
We'll move forward with the plea.
Okay, so Mr. Westbrook, you were able to talk some more with Ms. Holmes about the law, and so I'm going to ask you the same questions that I asked you a minute ago, okay? You already entered your plea of guilty. Did you do that freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you do that because you did what they charged you with? Okay. I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you signed these,
This is a key courtroom checkpoint when the judge confirms the plea agreement and starts locking in the consequences. Notice how even small details like fines and appeal rights are being finalized. In legal terms, this is where the case stops being negotiable and starts becoming binding. Did you catch how quickly that shift happened at dinner?
did you go over them with Ms. Holmes?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand those papers?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? So if I say yes or no, please,
Yes,
for the,
ma'am.
that's okay. And so it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 5-year deferred adjudicated probation, no fine.
There actually was a $1,000 fine.
I'm sorry. I
It
didn't
typically
put
is.
on that.
How much, 500?
It was 1,000, Judge.
There would be,
I'll
how old are you?
500. I'll amend my offer to a $500 fine.
So there would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? I have to ask everyone that. State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Westbrook is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any other history? Obviously, he's young. Anything that you
Judge,
see?
none as an adult that's reflected in my file. There was a 2023 assault as a juvenile, but other than that, that's all the criminal history I have.
Did you get probation when you were a juvenile? What happened on that
That was
case?
a fight at school.
It was. What happened on it because of it? Did you get in some trouble?
I went to juvenile to Minnie Rogers.
Right.
But, I don't even think he was that long. I think he was like a day or two.
Right. And then when you got out, did you have to do any kind of probation or anything like that? Okay. Any opposition to me waiving the pre-sentence report?
No, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Westbrook, I'm going to again find you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent. You understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to defer all proceedings, place you on probation for a period of 5 years. You're ordered to pay the $500 fine, and you're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is such a great opportunity for you because you don't have a felony conviction on your record. All right, and if you successfully complete this probation, at the end, the case will be dismissed. You will never be a convicted felon. Part of this probation is going to be that you are not allowed to possess a firearm. There is no reason for you to be out on the streets buying guns because all that's going to lead to is you being in here for something a whole lot more serious.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're young. Now's the time to direct your life in a whole different way. If you don't like it out there in jail, then stay out by doing what you're supposed to. If you're hanging around with people that are messing with guns and all that, stop doing it. Go to work or go to school, go home, live your life so you can live it like the rest of us. Because here's what can happen. If you violate any condition of probation, you don't follow the rules, you test positive for drugs, you don't show up for your appointments, you get another case, whatever it is, you can be brought back into court. You would be found guilty, so then you would be a convicted felon, and you could go to the state jail prison for up to 2 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. Another thing that's important for you to know, Mr. Westbrook, is if you get out there and you do your probation all right at the very beginning, get that community service done, get your fees to take care of everything early. I sign early terminations for probation all the time. Every day I'm signing them. But the only ones that I sign to get off probation early are those who've done everything they're supposed to.
And just like that, probation is granted but with strict conditions that can change everything in an instant. One violation, one mistake, and he's back in court facing jail time and a felony record. So here's the real question. Does probation feel like a second chance or just a delayed punishment?